12 metric tons of pure destruction, over 5,000 kilometers per hour, 300 kilometers of range, a master of German engineering, and the first man-made objects to leave the atmosphere.
When start, engines on, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, my name is Jack, and I'm here to talk about the V-2 rockets. What were they? Well, they were a weapon of mass destruction, that's for sure. It leveled cities, killed tens of thousands of people, and led to more carnage down the line. They were hoping to deter the Allied forces after the bombing of two German towns, Harbergen and Destrelin. And so by attacking London, they thought they would win the war and leave Germany victorious. However, it was quite the opposite. The other horrific thing about the rockets was that they were made by concentration camp slaves. The number of people that died from the bombs themselves, like those people in London, totals to around 5,000 people. However, this is nowhere near the number of deaths caused by actually building the rockets themselves. Try the number 25,000. That is how many concentration camp slaves died from building the rockets. This makes it hard to think it was ethical for Germany to build such a weapon. Just like nuclear energy, technological breakthroughs during war times can lead to great advancements for humanity. The V-2 rockets were no different. Warner von Braun was one of the fathers of the rockets. He left Germany and went to the United States and used what he learnt there to help the Apollo missions be successful.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
It is said that without his help, the moon landing may never have happened. This leads us to think, is such technology that is initially used to kill justifiable if later on it allowed for one of the greatest achievements of humankind? An ethical judgment is all that defines if a creation is morally justifiable. Just listen to Warner himself.
Today, more than ever before, our survival, yours and mine and our children's, depends on our adherence to ethical principles. Ethics alone will decide whether atomic energy will be an earthly blessing or the source of mankind's utter destruction.
During the final stages of the London bombing, as well as after, the Allied forces found and terminated some of the launch sites in Germany, as well as some of the mobile ones, yet the harder to find. All of this destruction could have been prevented. However, Germany didn't think they were doing anything wrong. In fact, they called the V-2 rockets a miracle weapon. They thought by retaliating back against the Allied forces, they would stop the bombing of German towns and save more lives that were lost in the London bombing. This may actually be true and helps justify their choices. It is worth noting that it wasn't just London that was getting bombed, but also Antwerp in Belgium. More rockets hit Antwerp than London, but less casualties were recorded. It is estimated that 1,358 of these beasts were dropped on London, and 1,610 on Antwerp. There was no mercy for the people in London. No warning. 1 minute you're washing your dishes, the next your neighbour's house is a mere pile of rubble. Nowhere was safe, not even the air raid shelters. One survivor stated, "I remember when our local park got hit. It had an air raid shelter, and all the people that were in that air raid shelter got killed." Was the use of the V-2 rockets justifiable, considering the ethical factors? Well, on one hand, it killed many of those living in London and Antwerp, as well as concentration camp workers. But on the other hand, it potentially saved many German towns from being bombed, and therefore increasing the death toll. In Germany's eyes, they were doing nothing wrong. They were being heroes and saving their own towns. However, it left many families torn to the ground with trauma that never fades. Despite all this, it did lead to one of the greatest achievements of mankind. So we are left wondering, was it the right decision? One thing's for sure, they truly did engineer a monster.